Hi YouTube, how are you today? Thanks for stopping by. I'm Anneke Van Buren of Tampa, if you didn't know. I call myself the glamorous granny. Oh, that's really kind of tongue-in-cheek, but I am a granny. Anyway, I'm mixing up a series of cocktails the next few weeks based on Benedictine, which is a French cordial. It's very herbal. And as you can imagine, since it is an old cordial, it goes way, way back. A lot of these recipes are just as old. Probably kind of matches. Anyway, this is called a Queen Elizabeth. It's not after the Queen because it was supposedly mixed up first time in 1934. I love this name. It was a bartender in Philadelphia by the name of Herbert Quack. I'm not kidding. And it was at the Benjamin Franklin Hotel. Now there's all kinds of favorite cocktails of Queen Elizabeth, but this is not one. So let me mix it up for you. It's very simple. It might not be to everyone's taste. I think Benedictine is pretty much an acquired taste, as are a lot of cocktails. So you don't know unless you try it the first time, right? Okay, so we are going to start with 1.5 ounces of dry vermouth. I know, that's a new one, isn't it? So I'm using this measuring. Let me see, nope, that's the wrong side. Well, that's going to be 1 ounce. And this will be 1/2 ounces. Okay. There's all little lines inside with 1/8 of an ounce, 1/4 of an ounce, 1/2 an ounce, 3/4 of an ounce, 2 ounces, or 1 ounce, so on, all the way up. All right, that's our vermouth. I'm just going to set that right out of the way. And then there's 3/4 of an ounce of Benedictine. Oh, and it was mixed up. This is going to be, I have one shoulder that's lower than the other because my back goes like this. Can't help it. Was born that way. 3/4 of an ounce of Benedictine. As I started to say, Benedictine sponsored a contest, so that's how the recipe came about. That's our Benedictine. Actually, it's a pretty bottle, isn't it? You know, I like design, so things that are well designed and executed always appeal to my eye. And then lastly, and this is it, 3/4 of an ounce of lime juice. I know, it's really different, isn't it? I'm gonna fill that shaker. There's some ice. Give it a good shake. And I'm going to take this top off. Now I have a glass being chilled right here. 3 ice cubes and some water. And this is an old cocktail glass from a set of crystal that I have. Good stuff. When you hear that ding, and then we're going to strain it into the glass. And that is almost perfect. You know, when you have a cocktail and you're in the bar and somebody mixes a drink for you and it comes right to the top, and everybody goes, oh, they gave me a really big portion, and then you got to get it to your mouth without spilling it all over the counter. So I think it's better to have it a little bit like this. So let's try it. That's what it looks like. Sort of a pale gold. Very different. I don't know that I could describe it, but it is herbally, and it's very light. So your vermouth, I'm trying to look here and see what the percentage of alcohol is, and I don't see it right away on this bottle. Would be low. Benedictine. Where's the proof? I think it's about 40 something. And lime juice. So it's really a very low alcohol drink. Maybe nice for your granny. Although my mother-in-law used to have B&Bs, Benedictine and brandy mixed together when she had a little tickle in her throat. She had lots of tickles. But she lived to be in her 90s, so she must have been doing something right. All right, what am I wearing today? I thought I'd try something really, really different. I went back to Newly. That's the site where they offer upscale, borderline, or designer clothes for a small amount. You can order 6 different outfits, and you pay this amount, and you get to use them for a month, and then you send them back. And my 6 arrived yesterday, and they come in kind of a plasticized case. It's zippered, and inside the pocket there is a return mail slip. So when you're done with them, you send them out the day before they're supposed to be back, and believe me, they remind you. You don't have to wash them, you don't have to do anything. That everything comes to you clean, or it's brand new. And then you get to wear them for a month. What's the advantage of that? Well, you get to try some different things and send them back without cluttering up your closet. I've been going through my closet since I've made 2 major moves in the last 2 years. One was up to Ocala a year ago, December, and then it was back down here north of Tampa in November of last year. So each time that I've moved, I've gone to a smaller home, and I've gotten rid of things, and I've gotten rid of a lot of clothes because there just weren't the closets. The original home that I had 5 walk-in closets, and guess what? They were all full. Yes, I don't know. You just kind of throw those things out. You know, things for the club here, things for YouTube, things for my OnlyFans, things to go out on, on every day, or to go out for a dinner date. You know, girl can't have too many clothes or shoes. But anyway, I had too many clothes or shoes. So I purged, and then when I moved down back to Tampa, north of Tampa again, this time I really got rid of things. But there's still more that I need to. So it's kind of fun. If I want, you're not obligated to buy something every single month. You can just do this when you want to. And this is kind of just a sundress. And it's plain, and it's just cotton, and it has kind of a prairie look. I thought, what am I going to do with this? I put on a sort of a cowboy belt and some cowboy booties. I'll turn around so you can see the back. It's not something that I normally wear, but you know what? It's perfect for a Florida hot weather, late spring, summer, because it's getting hot now. Now we're getting to high 80s, some days in the 90s. Now, you're wondering, you have your hair straight today. It's low humidity. It's one of those miracle days in Florida where my hair didn't frizz. So I thought, I'm going to take advantage of this. It'll probably look good for all of 2 hours. And the minute I go outside, I'll go, whew. But anyway, that's my kind of cowgirl look. If I were in Texas and I were going to wear a sundress, I'd probably put it on with this cowboy belt, maybe some turquoise jewelry, certainly a cowboy hat. Yeah, I do have one, but I didn't want to mess up my hair. Anyway, I hope you have a fabulous week planned for the rest of your week. The weather ought to be warming up around the rest of the nation. Although I see spots of snow now and then, I go, I'm so sorry. Did that happen to you? I'm having a wonderful time here in Florida. It's beautiful right now. This is my favorite time of the year. Usually from February to May, the weather is absolutely glorious. But spring was late in coming this year. We had a longer, cooler winter than we're normal, and then boom, it's gonna get up in the 90s, 90% humidity, probably in May and then all the way through November. So those of us, we stay inside in the hot weather, you stay inside in the cold weather. It kind of evens out. 6 months of this, 6 months of that. Doesn't really matter. So remember, I'm bringing a smile to you. I'm giving it to you because I hope, there it goes again, I hope that you will share it with someone else today. You know, somebody might have just woke up on the wrong side of the bed today and they're in a crabby mood. I've had those days, haven't you? So what do? Do you give in to it? Or do you sit down like I did a couple hours ago because I was getting crabby. And I thought, I have nothing to be crabby about. And I sat down with my gratitude list and I wrote all the things that came to mind that I'm thankful for. I feel better. And then I did some yoga. And then I felt really better. So folks, you can do something about it when disaster strikes. Even if it's the toughest of times, there's always a bright light in there somewhere. Share that with someone today. And I will see you next week. And remember, don't forget to subscribe, like, and hit that bell to get notified when I'm back. Namaste, my friends. Thank you for being here.